Good morning. Here we go. I just have to make sure we're here. That's yesterday. That's not today. That's today. There we are. Now I just got to get the link out. And then go over to our regular page, which is the Creative Hand Lettering and Doodling page, and plug this in. So today is May 28th. We are almost done with the month. And the prompt is the letter U for ursinia. And uinta cactus. Not Cactus Hotel. Oh. Said Cactus Pete's Hotel. That was funny. And that's it. We're ready to roll. I just have to bring it up here. Give me just a second and I will get there. Should be right. There we are. Like, where are we? I can find us, can't I? Good morning. No comments yet. Well, Lita commented, and Kathy, and Shari, and Jennifer, Lisa, Valerie. So how come I don't see them? Let's try this again. There we are. Hi, Susie. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Lita. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Shari, Jennifer, Lisa, Tammy, Valerie. Hello. All right. Here we are. We are so close to being done with our prompts. Let's just check this one off from yesterday. Tiger lily and tulip. Today is ursinia or ursinia, I don't know, and unita or unita cactus. It's a U. So if you have any other choices for flowers for you, go ahead. I think I'm doing both of these today and I'll share them with you in a few minutes. Let's talk about this. Let's bring the camera really high up here. I want to talk about our prompts for June. So there are two sets of prompts, and I need to print them out so we'll talk more about them tomorrow. But it's for we usually do the index card a day challenge, which we're going to do again this year. It's not through me, it's through daisyyellowart.com. So if you want more information about Index Card a Day Challenge, go to daisyyellowart.com. I did post the first week's prompts, and I think we'll find an index card. We can write them down here. These are all my index cards. I have index card tabbed files. I have more tabbed files. I have regular index cards. I have grid cards. I use this one, I think, and we're going to write these down together. So I like to keep all of my index cards together. Put the box. Oh, they all just fell. All right. And then we'll talk about index cards here in a morning. In a moment, not in a morning. In a moment. Let's try to find a good pen. All right. So it's week 1. Of the index card a day or ICAD challenge. We do these for 61 days. So there is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's the first week of June. Okay, does that make sense? So we have glimmer, we have spring, we have cobalt, which is a good one because it is, oh, not cobalt. Oh well. Iguana, which she does every year and I hate it, which is why we don't always do these prompts. Hydrangea. We just did flowers. Pretzel, also hate. And midnight. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to put a heart here where these prompts end and where ours begin. So the Daisy Yellow art lady does her prompts with just one word. So it's kind of fun sometimes. Let's just say like hydrangea or cobalt. Maybe we'll just do that word and nothing else, you know? So sometimes that's kind of fun. Let's clear this out and go over to our June prompts. I posted the June prompts. They are in the files section, so you can find them there. So for Glimmer, our first is we're doing idioms. I'm using a different pen. Idioms with our group. I don't have another color, which I wish I had, but I don't. And the first one is apple of my eye. So that makes it easy because we can do a glimmer pen with apple of my eye. The second one is burst your bubble. And I'm going to look these up and tell you what the story behind them, because that's my favorite thing is where did they ever get these from? Burst your bubble. That's great. 4 is a piece of cake. Like it's a piece of cake. That's number 3. I lied. Oh, that's 3. Hold on. I goofed. This one is like 2 peas. I love that in a pod. One of my favorite idioms. Number 5 is a cup of tea. Like you're my cup of tea. That ship has sailed is number 6. I like ours much better. Cute one. Number 7 is her head is in the clouds. Oh, and that's perfect with midnight. So you can see some of these go together and some of them don't, right? But that's how it works. So for June 1st, which is Sunday, you can decide, do you want to do this one for Sunday or do you want to skip it? You can do just hours that we do during the week, you know, Monday through Friday. But if you do Sunday, it's Glimmer and Apple of My Eye, or one or the other. Spring and Burst Your Bubble, or one or the other. Cobalt and 2 peas in a bucket, or no, 2 peas in a pod. Sorry, 2 peas in a bucket was the scrapbooking page that we used to have. 4 is iguana and piece of cake. So you could draw a cake with an iguana or no iguana or no cake. Hydrangea, cup of tea. This one will be easy to do together because we can do a cup of tea with a hydrangea on it. Pretzel, that ship has sailed. Same thing. You could do a sailing ship with a pretzel on it or not at all. And then number 7 is her head is in the clouds. Okay. That's what I'm going to be doing for the month of June and for the month of July. I'm going to be doing our prompts with the Daisy Yellow art prompts. and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But that's the plan. So these are what we've done before. These are the little pouches that Michelle Zeidema makes. And then we do our index card challenges inside them. This we did before the index card a day challenge. We did a month of flowers. And you can see they're on index cards. So we started the index card thing early with a month of flowers. And then I store them when we're all done in our little pouches, which I love. Of course, I lost the little fluffy thing to this. Here's another one. And this looks like more flowers. This must have been, we did this again for another month of flowers. What's this one? Oh, that's cool. Let's see if the next one is actual index card a day challenge. Otherwise, I'll have to go back downstairs and I'll share it with you guys tomorrow. No. This is lettering with drawings. This is kind of how we started this group here. Because these index cards are what you get when you sign up for my lettering workshop. You get this to print out. So I'll share tomorrow as well. Okay, I gotta drink water because I am very parched and very allergic today to something in the air. Let's talk about this really quick and then we'll get started. Bring the camera up again. So on Friday, we will have the next session of the book club for May. So each month for book club, you get 2 sessions. You get the first one at the beginning of the month, where we work in our No Excuses art journaling book, which teaches us how to journal month by month. And so we will be taking the month of June. Here it is. The month of June next, coming up next week, not this week. That's the very first part of the month. At the end of the month, we work in a book of my choice that we review, and then we do either a project or a technique from the book. So we review each book new month. We play in the No Excuses art journaling book each month. And we make a new project or learn a new technique each month. And it is $30 for 4 months, which makes it $7.50 a month for 2 classes. So you can divide $7.50 by 2, which is 350, 375 for each class. $3.75 for each class. It's kind of crazy and a great deal and a really fun class. This month we're doing my book, which is the All You Gotta Do Is Doodly Do It book. But we are also doing 2 other doodling books, which we will review as well. I decided not to do these 2 because they're really hard to find to purchase. So if you wanted to purchase them after the fact, they are hard to find and expensive. Mine is not hard to find, nor is it expensive. It is on my website at creatorofcuteness.com. So that's where you could find that. The book that we're doing for the month of June is this one called Delight in the Details by Lisa Pace. I think it's pretty easy to find. You don't ever have to buy the book ahead of time. I have already bought the book for us and I will review it and I will go through it. Then you can decide, yeah, I really want this book on my bookshelf for me to look at and never do anything from. That's how that works. Then also this weekend is our Journal Play Day 17th quarter for the month of June. We will make a new art journal. You're going to get a bunch of art pages from me, and you're going to get learn a new tip or trick, usually every month. Then the 18th quarter of Journal Playday is ready to sign up for now. You get 3 months worth of Journal Playday for $25. So you get July, August, and September. Um, it works out to a really good price of $8.33 a month. And then you get lots of artwork from me. So you don't get this one, it's just my throwaway for June. This is my summer vibes page, which you get in black and white and in color. This is your collage element and journal blocks page, which you get in black and white and in color. This is your ladybugs page, which you get just in color. This is your bumblebee page, which you get just in color. This is your buggy circles page, which you get just in color, and it's my favorite page. It's probably going to be the cover of my book. I wish I could do the book this way. Oh, maybe we could do a long, skinny book. That could be fun. And then you get this page, which is large buggy circles. And you get this both in full color and then full color with white detail. So, so this is, no, Rebecca, this is the last of the 17th quarter. So this is May 31st book for June. So we're doing it for June, but we're doing it in May. Does that make sense? We always put our book together at the end of the month prior to when we actually start. It gets confusing, I know. And if you're looking for anything from me, you can find it here at creatorofcuteness.com. I don't know where Carmen has been. Gone. Who knows? Haven't talked to her recently. I've been gone. She's been gone. Life's been crazy. All right, so let's get our two pictures off here. I can show you what our two prompts are. First, we have ursinia, which I think that's how you pronounce it. Let's get there. This is ursinia. It's a form of daisy. It's from the daisy family, but it's in yellows and oranges and not in white like a normal daisy. And then this is the uinta. What is it? Uinta cactus. It's got these really spiny exterior and these beautiful bright pink and yellow flowers on the top. So, hang on, I'm getting it back in gear here. So I want to do the cactus, I'm pretty sure. Carmen had graduation? No, Carmen had her son's wedding also, but that was Saturday. Huh. Maybe after wedding vacation. All right, I'm going to do something I haven't done before recently. Not like I haven't done it before, but we're going to put this inside a border. And I'm going to start with my ruler to get it kind of straight. I do it with a ruler, but then I do it by hand to get the border on, if you know what I mean. Gonna erase these little lines. And we're gonna start with the border. You know why? I don't know why. So how could I think that you guys would know why? But our colors are pink and green, right? So our border is going to be mostly pinks and some greens. Oh, I'm glad you guys like the wedding photos. I got in trouble for posting them originally because I posted ones that were taken over the shoulder of the photographer. And so I, of course, got in trouble for that. I'm in trouble every day. On my personal page today, I posted a video from The Wizard of Oz You know, where Auntie M says, Dorothy, you just need to find a place where you don't get into any trouble today. And Dorothy goes, Gee, Toto, do you suppose there is such a place? It's not one you can get to by boat or by car, but it's somewhere far, far away. Somewhere beyond the sun, beyond the moon. And then Dorothy starts singing. Somewhere. Anyway, I'm not going to sing, but I have been in trouble for so many things recently. I just can't function hardly anymore being in trouble. So I'm looking for that place in my own life where it's not over the rainbow, but it's a similar spot that I don't get into any trouble with, you know? And I don't know where it is, but I can tell you one thing. It's not on social media because my kids get mad at me for everything I do on social media. I'm just always in trouble, you know? So let me tell you what we did yesterday. These are weird colors together, right? That right there is really weird together. Let's move it. Let's get this color pink in there. Into that really weird green color. Anyway, I won't say my husband is jealous of Bugsy, but okay, a little bit. He's kind of wanting his own dog, right? Bugsy is mine and she is all mine. Like, she'll let him come and pet her and she's kind of nice to him, but she's not gonna, she, she just comes to me. She's my dog. So I don't know what's going on with my husband. I really don't. I can't tell you what he's thinking. Um, but I can tell you he's been sad lately. And he wants his own dog. And he has been searching on Facebook, you know, because that's where these shelters post pictures of their dogs, for a dog. He's been looking for a dog. And he found one yesterday. No, he found it a week ago or 2 weeks ago, right before the wedding. He found this dog. And he's been in contact with the lady who is not fostering the dog, but she's sheltering the dog, if that makes sense, at a shelter that's an hour away from where we live. And that's what we did yesterday. We put Bugsy in the car and we drove an hour away to look at this dog. His name is Goofy, and he looks like Bugsy's larger brother, only blonde. I swear to you, it's the cutest dog. It's so friendly to Brent and me. Bugsy did not like this dog at all. Bugsy did not like, probably would not like any dog coming close to me. So that is tricky. We had lunch in the town of Woodland. We hung out in Woodland. We drove around in Woodland for like, I'm going to say 2 hours talking about it, the good points and the bad points. I had no good points, honestly. I don't want a second dog, but you know, you're married and it's all give and take. And my son said not to get a second dog. My daughter said not to get a second dog. We got in trouble from our children for even looking at a second dog. It's not the best time for us to get one dog, let alone two. And the reason being is because Brent today has his appointment with his doctor, and there's still a possibility that he could need open heart surgery, and it's very scary. And I don't want two dogs. I don't want to deal with two dogs. So, but on the other hand, this dog is stinking cute. He is about 25 pounds, twice Bugsy's size, blonde. They gave her a very bad shaving before they gave her up. He is a year and a half old, same as Bugsy. All that's the same. And he smiles all the time. This dog smiles like crazy. That part's cool. Okay, let me pull this picture up again so I can see what I'm looking at. Uinta cactus. So we're waiting to go to the doctor, for Brent to go to the doctor today to see what happens at the doctor, what they'll say. I'm not sure that we'll know about if he needs open heart surgery or not before June, before the end of June, because that's when he goes back to the cardiologist doctor. Today it's just with a physician's assistant or something. So I don't know. All right, so I want to put ground in here, like sandy kind of ground. And I want rocks, but I also want the cactus, which is a big barrel cactus. Wow, that's like almost a perfect half circle thing. And then it usually has a lot of flowers on the top. And they're kind of like this, and daisy flowers in pinks. Bigger, probably, petals than I'm doing. Very shaky this morning, as you can see. So the lady has gifted us 3 training sessions if we want to get the dog, because they have more dogs than they can handle at this. Well, everywhere around where we live has more dogs than they can handle. So she gifted us that. She really wants Brent to take this dog. And my husband is the guy who, I think I've told you before, he could walk into any store and buy anything. Well, it's kind of the same with a dog. He could walk into any shelter and come out with a dog. So he just shouldn't go, you know? He shouldn't go look at dogs. Kind of crazy. Valerie says, sorry, he needs a dog. He misses having a dog follow him around. That is beyond true. It's not that he's jealous. He just wants a bigger dog. And this is about the biggest dog we could probably get because of my allergies and stuff. There just aren't a lot of bigger dogs that are hypoallergenic or whatever. And man, is he cute. I am not kidding you that this dog is cute. All right. How did Bugsy react when you picked her up after the wedding? She was so, oh, it was so cute. She was all the way in the back of her kennel in her dog bed and super timid coming up to me. But then she saw that it was me. I kept talking and talking, and she didn't hardly even recognize my voice. Oh, hang on. I want to do the rocks first. But then she came up to me and she realized it was me. And oh my God, she was so happy. They said that she only let one person near her. We're going to do some rocks. They only let one person like be her person. She only, not they. She only let one person be her person at the shelter, or not the shelter, at the place where she was staying. Am I down far enough here? I can come down further. Let's get, hang on. That's too far for the, that's about as far as it's gonna let me go. I told Brent that, Karen. I said, this dog may not follow Bugsy. He could be my second dog. I know. I seem to be a dog magnet. I didn't realize I was such a dog magnet, but apparently I am. I told him that. Does he listen to me? No. Why are men such men? I don't know. It's crazy. My husband is a 16-year-old and I love him, but he'll never grow up. He's Peter Pan, you know what I mean? He's just like Peter Pan. It's crazy. I tell you, it's crazy. These are going to be rocks, I promise you. I watch this girl on Instagram paint rocks, and every time I watch her, I'm like, I could do that. And then I try, and no, I can't do that. But it's fun to try. You know, it is fun. So we did a meet and greet yesterday. They did fine on a leash together when we took them for a walk. But as soon as Bugsy sat in my lap and this other dog came up to say hello, because it's just a sweet little dog, Bugsy was pissed. It didn't happen with Brent, just with me, of course, because I'm Bugsy's person. So, I don't know. Not the best idea, if you ask me. But the ladies at the shelter are like, oh, that's something you can train out of them or into them. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I, I don't want to deal with that right now. We got too much other stress. Okay, so then I want the desert looking rocks, and we're just going to put in, maybe not this brush. This brush is too flaky. Let's try a different one. Anyway, so today is Brent's appointment with his doctor. At least that's what we thought. And then the girl called yesterday and left a message and told us it's a tele appointment because the doctor works in the city, Sacramento, and then up where we are, and the doctor's not coming up here today. But we have to go in. We can't be home for this tele appointment. It's crazy. I tell you what, doctors are crazy. Doctors and insurance and crazy. Just trying to put in some dots here. We'll do more with a pen in a little bit. Kathy, what do you mean I should be gone? Am I supposed to go somewhere, or do you mean with the dog? If he gets a dog, it should be when you will be gone for a few days, and then he will create a bond. Huh. Yeah, that doesn't happen a whole lot. I was supposed to go to Sisters, Oregon to the quilt show, but that's not happening, so I don't really have anywhere to go for 3 days. Should I go somewhere? Anybody want to invite me to come to their house or something? We pretty much are together all the time. Okay, well, this was fun. Doing this sand-looking stuff that really doesn't look like sand. Sorry I was out of frame. But it was fun. Come to Tupelo. Did you guys speak with Brent's mom? Not yet. That's today. Oh, we got so much to deal with. I do like this little tiny brush. It's kind of fun. So these rocks are going to get outlined. They will look like rocks. I think I'm going to do the flower petals first. Need more pink. Really bright pink. I like this tiny little brush. I'm sure I've used it before, but doesn't seem familiar to me. Wonder if I should have done the green first. Maybe. It's really pretty. Leslie says, come to Idaho. Denise says, stay with me. Pat says, Tupelo. Where's Tupelo? Tupelo, Mississippi? Is that right? That's a lot of offers. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I should have done the green first. Gonna be hard to get it into these little crevices. And I like the two colors. Oh, too much water. Got into the pink. Oh well. I kind of like the two colors kind of blending together to make it look cactusy. Denise says we could craft for days. That sounds good. My friends just sent me this video yesterday of this new type of movie theater. Maybe it's not a theater, but it's a place where you can go see movies. And they leave the lights on so you can craft while you're watching the movie. I loved that idea. I don't think it's local. It looked like it was England, but I could be wrong. But it was a really cool idea. Okay, let's try to blot this. Leslie says you could no longer say you have nowhere to go. Yeah, I don't want to leave. I like being here. I feel like I have not been in my house for days because of wedding stuff. And I have 3 days in a row where I don't have anywhere to go. And it makes me really happy. Okay, well, I'm liking this a lot. Not sure about the rocks yet, but they will come together, I promise you. All right, where's our pinks again? Gonna go a little darker with this pink. Not sure what to do with the background now. Pretty. Okay. Go lighter. What else can I tell you guys about? Yeah, I got in trouble for posting wedding pictures that I wasn't supposed to post. That was one of the things I got in trouble for. I'm in trouble every day, you guys. With my family, I say the wrong thing, I do the wrong thing. I just can't win, which is why I said this morning, I just wish there was a place I could go like in The Wizard of Oz and be Dorothy. Gee, Toto. I should have named Bugsy Toto because she looks kind of like Toto. Gee, Bugsy, do you suppose there is such a place? There is. It's called My House. And I'm not going to go on social media right now, except for art, because art doesn't seem to get me into trouble, really. When I'm with my husband, I don't get into trouble. Just my children get me in trouble. These flowers are really pretty. I hope you can see them well. I mean, they're bright pink. How could you not see them? But they're really pretty. Linda says, I'm getting to be the same way. I'm supposed to have lunch today with girlfriends and I just want to stay home. I am a recluse. Guess how that happened? How did that happen, Linda? COVID. It was really lovely to stay home, at least for me. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed every minute of just being home. And I'm happy to do it every day. It's a much safer spot to just be home. I got pink here, but I don't think it matters. All right. I think we will do a little backgroundy color, and it might be yellows and oranges, I think. Like a sunrise, sunset. Let me look up a photo of a sunset photo. So they are dark orange at the bottom, and then they get yellow to blue. So let's try that. And then we'll do our detail. Right? I think I got this all dry. I mean, I feel bad when I say I loved COVID because I didn't love COVID. I didn't love not being with my mom. I didn't love that at all. We didn't get sick, so that part didn't bother me either. But I loved the being home part. That was the best part. Linda says, yes, I love staying home then, and now it just seems like people forget how to drive after COVID. Oh, there's many things people have forgotten after COVID, Linda. Driving is just one. Kindness is a big one. Man, do I love these colors. I got to be careful in here. I forgot to put the blue in, but that's okay. Oh, what, Bugsy? Yeah, Mama's working right now. I'm sorry. I can't pet you. And you went poop and pee, so I think you're okay. I really do. I really like these colors. Pretty. All right, detail time. And then somebody remind me to put a U on the back. It is really curling. So where's the picture again? So it gets lots of stars, but there needs to be yellow in the center, so I can do that. Like a bright yellow. So I'm going to put these little dots here where we're going to put our stars, or what looks like stars, with our Posca pen. I think that's plenty. But now I have to dry those. And then white stars. Leslie says we are crafters, so there's always something to do at home. That's the thing. People that don't have hobbies, I have talked about this before, but I don't understand them. I mean, you could collect gum wrappers for all I care. My husband and I have more hobbies than I care to tell you about. His are way more intense than mine. Okay, can you see this? See the little yellow dots? So we're going to use our white, hopefully. And they're just stars like this. And they're big and they take up the whole cactus. They're like spiny. But more, they have more. There's more than just what I'm doing. Like it takes up the whole cactus, really. So I'll put some in here to fill in that area. It is pretty. Bugsy has started, she loved those denti sticks, or I don't know what they're called, bully sticks. She loves those. But I have since, I thought she was eating them up, but she's hiding them all over the house. Not burying them, just hiding behind doors. There she is. She can go under our bed now. She fits under our bed. So I'm sure there's some under there. I'm going to have to go get them out. It's a little crazy. A little crazy. Putting in some extra ones because we want the whole cactus covered. Okay, so that is pretty now. I really, really like it. So I think I'm going to do black on the rocks and then maybe go over it with white. And I can be shaky if and I want. because rocks aren't all the same. What are you eating? I'm a little nervous to turn around. No, it's her lammy. There's some smaller rocks in here. Big rock here. It's fun to find them, to just kind of find where the rock would be. Big long rock here. And another one here. And the rest can just be sand. So we'll take a little bit bigger pen. That was a 01. I'm going to just take a black 03 and add some dots in here to make it look sandy a little bit. And you don't have to do all of it. You can leave some space. I love the border. So not me. Does anybody watch The Handmaid's Tale, and did you watch the finale? I won't talk about it here, but if you did watch it, message me and tell me what you thought. I do have strong opinions about it. Okay, so there's our rock garden. Now I'm going to take our white again. Let's do a different white pen. Let's try this one. See if it actually works. Nope. Funny how sometimes white pens work. So this girl that I follow does these cool rocks with these lines in them, and it just makes me happy. This one was bad, but and then I can go back with black and do more a little bit. Can you see the white in there, I hope? If not, you'll see it when I share it later. It's just my favorite look. I can't find this girl anymore, otherwise I'd tell you who she was, but I saw it years ago. Now we're going to do some black dots in our rocks. Bigger than our sand rocks, or sand dots. And you could leave them. I added gray, which is just black with water, and brown into our rocks, different browns. You could do them with colored pencil and get some really good shading going. All right, there's our rocks. I really, really like it. Oh, what is this quote? Jennifer says, long but good quote. When a flower doesn't bloom, you change the environment, not the flower. That's awesome. Okay. I could be done. Or I could do something to the border. So let's put it down on our card. What time is it? 8:52. I don't know. I did like that. I did like the way this was writing today. I miss the desert. I think I need to go back. Oh, it didn't write good right there. Maybe I pressed too hard. Should I leave it? It does have a brown thingy in the center. I'm gonna find a tiny pen. Not a pen, a brush. And find brown. And just put, it has like a thing that kind of sticks up. Not that I really need it. I mean, I didn't really need that. I think I'm gonna leave this for a minute and do the U on the back. I kind of like it. I could put dots. I could put lots of patterns. Do not wreck my rug. I will hurt you. I will come unleash this crazy Lindsay on you. Okay, do we like this side? Or do we like this side? We like this side. And then all we need is a U. Which I have an idea for. My daughter had to go back to work today. She and Savory have to go back to work for 3 days or 4 days until they get to go on their honeymoon. And she said that post-wedding depression is a serious thing. And that's why people used to leave on their honeymoons right away, but they didn't want to do that. They wanted to wait. So, okay, wait. Okay, I really like that. I do have one more thing I want to do on the front, and then we'll do our U on the back. And try our Posca. Which one's brighter, the Posca or the Signo? I think they're both exactly the same here. The Signo may be a little bit brighter white. All right, I think I'm going to leave it because I kind of like that. And I love the desert sunset look. So let's go to the back. Well, that just tore the whole thing. Ugh. Here, cut this. The whole thing bent and tore. That's a good U shape. Here we go. What was the other flower? Oh, the other one was a daisy. Was that orange and pink daisy? So maybe we'll do that in the on the back with a green cactus U. Cactus U. What was that other flower called? Ursinia. I think. Ursinia Hall. No, that's Arsinia. Ursinia? Was that his name? Ursinia Hall? Remember him? Arsenio Hall. Yep, that was him. Is he still around? He would go whoop, 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 whoop. Right? Arsenio Hall. Should have put the yellow in the middle first. Arsenio Hall. I used to love his show. Did anybody used to watch Jerry Springer and all of those shows? I kind of did. I liked them, I must say. I wish I hadn't put the pencil in here, but it's okay. It's not going to really make me mad. All right, let's do the green cactus color. I used to love Maury Povich. Maury Povich, Jerry Springer. And then Jerry Springer got like crazy weird. But it was kind of fun still to watch these train wrecks sometimes. Makes you feel a lot better about your life when you get to watch somebody else's train wreck of a life. You know? I don't want this U part to look too perfect because it's supposed to be a cactus. Did you watch Transplant last week? No, I haven't watched Transplant for a while. My husband and I were on Jerry Springer with his ex. Tammy says, Tammy, we have to talk. Are you kidding me? What on earth were you doing on Jerry Springer? It's too hot. I need to know way more. You can message me privately if it's too embarrassing. Who was the crazy one, you guys or the wife? That's all I want to know. Wow. That's some good dishing. Crazy train. What does that mean? That is not your child. Is that something to do with Jerry Springer? I remember when he did the baby mama tests. That I remember. Who's the father? Tammy says, not kidding. The episode is your husband's ex is driving you crazy. She was the one with the issues. Oh my gosh. Did you get any money or anything for being on the show? Like, how's that work? When I was on the Gong Show, we got nothing. And when I was on Bandstand, we got nothing. That was, kind of fun. Being on Bandstand. It wasn't like a weird Jerry Springer thing. Bandstand was fun. I just can't imagine being on Jerry Springer. The clothes and everything back then has to be great to watch because it was just We all had crazy hair back then in the 80s, and the clothes have to be so funny. Right? They fly you out there to Chicago and paid expenses, no money personally. Well, that's a drag. I think with I think when I was show we did get something for being in second place, but I don't remember. I don't remember much about it. I just remember the skirt my mom made me because I was going to be on the Gong Show. I asked her to make me a hippie skirt, and boy, did she come through. Beautiful, and I wore a daisy ring of daisies in my hair. Man, crazy. Okay, well, I like our U. I think we'll do the same background as we did on here. But we can't do the same oranges because it'll blend in with the flowers. Maybe at the bottom I can get darker a little bit. It's not as good as it was on the front, I will say that. But it does match, and that's kind of the key with this one. Darker yellow. It does look sunset-y, and that's what matters, but I did do this one a lot faster. What was your act on the Gong Show? We were Kahlua and Milk. It was this kid that I met at Pasadena City College. His name was Mike Vernetti. You can look him up on YouTube, Mike Vernetti. I've messaged him, but he's never messaged me back. We met and we used to play guitar on the lawn in between classes. And I played the lumberjack. If you know what a lumberjack is, it's that dancing clog doll from the Appalachian Mountains. It's a very cool instrument. I still have my lumberjack, and I love it. And then Mike played the guitar and sang, "Anytime you're feeling lonely, anytime you're feeling blue, that's the time when I remember that I'm still in love with you." And we came in second to a very racist white guy who was pretending to be an Asian tourist with cameras hanging around his neck. It's nothing you would ever see today, but he got 25 points and we got 24 points. We did not get gonged. So that was the good news. But we didn't win. And this kid who was my friend, Mike Vernetti, he was so upset that he lost. I think he left something in my car or something because I drove. He didn't have a car. And I had to call his house and I asked his mom, I'm like, "Hi, Mike wasn't at school today. I have something of his. Can I give it to him?" And she's like, "Well, Mike packed a bag, a backpack, a knapsack, and hopped the train, hopped the rails, because that's what he always wanted to do, this kid. He wanted to ride the rails, and that's what he did. He left Sunday or Saturday or whatever. We were on the Gong Show on Friday, and he left and he jumped a train. He wanted to be a hobo his whole life. And I think he was like a really smart kid and was going to go into medicine, if I remember correctly. But from what I've found on YouTube, he never went back to school. He's playing music in Boston, like at the clubs. Crazy, right? Crazy gong show story. Kahlua and milk. If anybody ever finds the video for the gong show, Kahlua and milk, I want to see it. Because that's me. U is for... Yeah, look at this. Ursinia or Arsenio. And uinta, cactus. All right, we are done here. My work here is done. We did a cactus U with an ursinia flower on the back. On the front, I freaking love this. And I think I need just a few black dots in here. Kind of gets lost. Black dots in the center of the flowers. And I think we'll put these little cactus frondy things on the outside in black. Just needed a little more black in there. And I love this page. So guess what? I'm done. 9:09. It's 9:09. Do you know where your children are? Well, some of them are done here in this group. I will post pictures of this. I will post a picture of our iCAD challenge, which is coming up June 1st or June 2nd, which is when I'll be back on Monday. And we'll talk more about it tomorrow. So there you go. No, I did not get gonged on the gong show. Linda says, okay, confession. Tom and I watched the train wrecks on Judge Judy while we eat dinner. I gotta remember. I gotta go find Tammy's. I gotta write down Tammy's. Hold on. It's called Is Your Husband's? I'm watching that today. Husband's ex driving you crazy on Jerry Springer. I wonder if I can find it on YouTube. I hope so. I can't find my gong show on YouTube or American Bandstand. All right, you guys, it was fun. This was pretty artsy this morning, right, Sandy? I really like it. I have one more idea. I have one more before we leave. I'm going to go around this edge with black. Just needed a little more definition. Now I like it. But I do love the border. Okay, kids, have a really good day. Let's see what's tomorrow. Tomorrow is violet. Ugh, I have a hard time drawing violets to look like violets. Maybe we'll draw Violet from Willy Wonka instead of violets. All right, love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.